Hi everyone, we hope you are well in this strange time, strange and troubling times. You might hear some chickens and some dogs in this video. So we just wanted to make you a video to kind of update you where we're at, what's going on, and also we know that you've received an email from Jem in the last couple of days just telling you that our decision to leave, to move back to the States at the end of the school year, and encouraging you to continue to support us and support Jem. And so we just wanted to kind of reiterate that, and we sent an update a couple months ago announcing our decision, and we're not sure how many people read it or received it, and so we just wanted to kind of make a video to officially explain it to you and just kind of update you. Right now we wanted to tell you that we're in Puerto Escondido, which is a town 2.5 hours away from Juquila. It's where I lived for a couple of years and worked at Manantial, the other school with Jem. We came here when school first got canceled because our neighbors were leaving Juquila and our whole teaching staff were going to the town they're from. And we didn't want to be isolated or stuck there, as there's not as many resources as there are here in Puerto. So we came here with the mindset maybe we'll come for a couple of weeks, wait till our neighbors come back. Hopefully school will just be canceled that month. But obviously things have been different. School has now been canceled until May 18th, and there's no way for us to get back to Juquila, as all of the small towns that you have to travel through to get there, including Juquila, are closed. They're not letting anyone come in or out, which has been really frustrating because we did try to go back. We wanted to go because our neighbors are back now and we wanted to spend this time with them, but it's just not possible to go back right now. So we're in Puerto. We've been so blessed by friends to lend us a place to live, a room here in Puerto, and a car to use, which has been such a blessing to us. We're able to send work to our students through messaging. We send videos each day for English class, and so we're still getting to be a part in a way of the school and whatnot, but it's just such a different way as it's such a strange time. But the hope is that we would be able to get back to Juquila eventually. Our plan was to leave at the end of June, that's when the school year ends, but we're just kind of waiting and seeing what happens. We are so disappointed that this is how like the last month of our time, last few months of our time is panning out. It's not what we expected, it's not what we would have planned, but we are really thankful for this ministry that we've been a part of. We're so thankful for it, and Brett's going to kind of share a little bit about what we've been able to see, the fruit, and what God's doing.
Yeah, so oftentimes missionaries, or even the supporters of missionaries, they don't get to see all the fruit of the ministry that they support or the ministry that they're a part of. And it was kind of like that for us the first year. There's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of work, but it looked like little was happening, but we know that God was planting seeds. And we originally came with the intention, okay, we're going to help these locals. We're going to help them start this school in a town where hardly anyone knows who Jesus is, who follows him. We're going to help these locals to start this, and hopefully it'll draw people in so that we can disciple them and share the gospel and start relationships with families, and the church can grow. And so that was our original intention. English was a tool to draw some people in, but over time, and especially after our first year was over, we started to see that many people were being drawn to the school, not just because of English, but because there's something different about the school. Our school's name is La Luz, and as many of you know, that means the light. And many people were being drawn to this light in this community. And so at first it may have been English, but it started to become a thing where people would come because it was a school where they heard there's no bullying, and where the teachers love their students, and their teachers are teaching them, and the kids are learning and being loved. There's a little fly flying on me, but yeah. So we started to see the shift that English wasn't just the draw; it was the love of God that became the draw. And so many of our students are there because no other schools would accept them. They were bullied at other places. And so you guys have been a part of the ministering to over 35 students. We have 34 students right now, but we've had one graduated and others have had to move for different reasons. But you've been a part of all of these kids' lives, and we've been able to minister to them daily, not only teach them English, Spanish, math, sciences, but also the Bible. And we've been able to share the gospel with these kids on a daily basis, teach them how to pray, teach them to memorize verses, and teach them the stories of the Bible. And these kids have become little missionaries. They've gone into their families, and they'll teach their parents how to pray, and their brothers and sisters, and they'll share the verses and the stories that they're learning. And the parents will come to us and they'll be like, my kid, he shared this with us, like this is so amazing. And so these kids are becoming missionaries. And the last day that we had of school, which was I think March 20th or somewhere around there, we had our ice cream day, and it was right before all this craziness happened. The next week we heard that school was going to be canceled, and so we moved our ice cream day to this day. And so we were able to celebrate, have ice cream with our kids, and just enjoy time with them. And I was able to share the last chapel and share about Jesus serving his disciples. And afterwards, all the kids started asking if they could come up and pray. And one girl, Grace, came up and shared her testimony of how God has helped her through this school, and how she's come to know him, and she prayed for everyone. And then another student, Edis Vaughn, shared his testimony of how this school has changed him, that he didn't believe in God, he didn't know Jesus before, but now he does because of what he's learned at this school. And after he prayed, all the kids started raising their hands asking if they could pray for the other students. And it was beautiful for us, maybe our last day of school with these kids, to see that they truly are growing, that they know how to pray, that they know the stories of the Bible, and they love the Bible, and they love Jesus. And so we're just so thankful for all this fruit that we've seen. We've seen the lives of these children changed by the gospel of Jesus. And we're so thankful that you guys have been a part of that.
And you guys have been such a part of that. We can't tell you enough. I mean, we wouldn't be able to live there if you hadn't supported us financially, prayerfully, obviously, and emotionally, and just being a support to us. But financially, you made it possible. And we believe that God called you to be a part of this ministry, that he has used you just as much as us, and we're just so thankful for you guys. And we wanted to use this video to humbly ask you guys if you would continue to support us in the next few months. Everything is kind of just unknown. It's kind of the worst time to make a transition, to move back to the States. But when we made this decision to leave, we had peace, and we fasted, we prayed, we spent months to really discern in making this decision, and we have peace that we're supposed to go back for various reasons, which we can have personal calls with you and kind of talk through it more if you would like. But as June, July, August are going to be months of transition, probably without a job. We're not sure. It's very unknown. But we would ask you if you would continue to support us up until August. And then beyond August, because La Luz is a ministry, and the locals there, the money they're making is through GEM, but the school has so many financial needs, and we wanted to ask you if you would continue to give to GEM. We have been told that any of our supporters that continue to give to GEM after we leave, all of that money will go directly to La Luz in Juquila, directly to pay for children's tuition, to pay for any school needs they have. There's so many costs, there's so many financial things to cover, and so we just ask that you would transfer your giving from us to La Luz. You have no idea what that would mean to them, how much of a help it would be, how it would open opportunity for more students to come to school, for the students to have more resources to learn. As we are leaving, we still feel like we're going to be such a part of this ministry, and so we just humbly ask you that you would continue to give to GEM.
Yeah. And your giving isn't just giving to the organization. You're supporting other missionaries that are local missionaries, and that's been kind of our goal, is to help these local missionaries reach their people, get them to a place where they can do this on their own, and they love the Lord Jesus, and they have learned how to run this school, and we know that God will continue to use them. So your support is helping these missionaries and also the ministry as a whole. And so we just want to ask you if you could be praying for us. A couple things you could be praying for is pray for this whole situation. It's crazy. Ask that God would guide us and direct us, that He would be with our students, that they continue to learn, that Lord willing, that we would be able to get maybe a month or so more with our students and our neighbors before we leave. You could just be praying for that, so we can have time in Hukila before we depart. Also just be praying for just our transition. We don't know what the future holds, but we do know the one that holds our future, and we're just asking that you would help us in prayer as we discern what is next, where we live, what we're going to do. Still a lot of that is uncertain, but we trust that God is faithful, and He will show us what it is that we shall do. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to listen to this. We hope that you guys are having a blessed time. We hope that you guys are staying safe and healthy, and are keeping the peace of Christ in this time of chaos and uncertainty in our world. We love you so much, and we thank you for everything that you guys have been a part of.
Love you.
God bless.
Bye.